Hi, it's me, Jacques again. I hope you've seen my tutorial on my breakout solution for the bundled cables and ComputerCraft in the Project Red mod. I've edited a little bit. First of all, I've edited the layout. I've made it a little bit smaller. It's square now, and because of that you can make this system work by only using 8 bundled cables instead of 16. So that's an improvement. Furthermore, I've got the same lamps here as last time to show you how this works. First of all, I'll show you quickly a demonstration. It is case sensitive, I'll come back to that later. What color would I like to select? For example, lime. And I want to send a pulse for 3 seconds. Then lime goes on for 3 seconds and then off again. Quickly turn off the music. For example, if I want black for 2 seconds, then black goes on, which is very hard to see, of course. If I want to turn red on for 2 ticks, then red is on for 2 ticks. Now I'll show you the code. Well, first of all, I'll show you the code of the slaves, which has changed dramatically. It's really easy now. Sorry, startup. Every slave now has exactly the same code. So whether you use 1, 2, in my case 4, but maybe you want to use more, maybe you want to use 16, maybe you want to use whatever. It also depends on how many colors of bundled cables you want, but all the code is the same, so that's really easy. It opens RedNet just as before, it keeps on looping, it receives 2 things now. First an ID and side, then an ID and amount, and it sets that side which it gets, it sets it on true, so high, then it waits for the amount of time, and then it turns off that side again. So that's how that works. Now I'll show you the code of the master, which is a little bit more difficult. It's quite a long code this time. Maybe there's still some room for improvement, I'm not sure. If you see anything, please let me know. It opens RedNet again, it starts looping, and now there's something new here. It's called a table, and basically it's an array, in my case of colors, and here comes the whole uppercase lowercase sensitivity. I've put all the names of the colors in lower cases, so that's why it won't react to uppercases. Here are all the colors: white, orange, magenta, light blue, whatever. And then it prints what it prints. It reads the color that you want to put in, and it reads the time. Then before it does anything, it makes a number of time, because the read command returns a string and not a number, so I want to have a number instead of a string for time. And then it goes into a for loop, starting with 1 and ending with #colors, which means the length of the array colors, in our case 16. And it loops, and if it sees that your inputted color is the same as that color, then code is I, which basically means if you put in white, code will be 1. If you put in magenta, code will be 3. Light blue, code will be 4. Whatever. Let me see. Red will be 15. Then if code is 1, which means white, then ID is 10 and side is right. Okay. And here comes a tricky part, the ID. I'll come back to that later. But here you see the ID is of the computer, so the first slave is, in my case, ID number 10, second one is 11, the third one is 15, and the fourth one is 16. There you see, if code, for example, is 15, which is red, then I need the fourth slave, the bottom side. And then I'll send that, so I'll send to computer 16, which is my 4th slave, the side bottom, and then I'll send to the same computer the time, which will be whatever, 3 or something. So the tricky part here is, which I said before, is the IDs. Every computer has his own ID. You can see that by just typing in ID, and then it says this is computer number 10, whatever. If, however, I place a new computer and check that ID, then it will be automatically incremented. So which means this is computer 19. And if I delete it, or even pick it up with a pickaxe, place it again, then my ID is 20. This is, well, this makes it a little bit hard because you have to know the actual IDs of your slave computers, otherwise it won't work. So before you create this master program, or you can just copy it from me, I'll put it in the descriptions again, then you can copy it from me, but you have to change the IDs to the IDs of your slaves. So for example, my one with white is ID number 10, so I put in ID number 10. The one with yellow is, I believe, 11, so I put in 11. And this one is 15 and 16, so I put in 15 and 16. That's really important. And basically that's it. Otherwise there's nothing much to do, except maybe I can show you one more thing. Disk startup. Of course, I'm using now colors, and I've made an array of colors. If you want to have, for example, different functions, maybe you want to turn on a Stirling engine, or turn on a Redstone engine, or a pulverizer, for example, then of course you can make an array with functions, for example, and then you can say like Stirling or steam engine, or whatever, Redstone engine, or pulver. It compares what you type with this, and it's case sensitive. So if you want to put in redstone with a capital, of course, uppercase, do whatever you like, but don't forget that your read in, which is color for me, is then case sensitive too. So if you, for example, change white to white with uppercase, then I have to type in white with uppercase, otherwise it won't work, it won't do anything. So, well, this is, I believe it's an improved version, it's a lot easier. You can copy my code and just change this array of colors, and then everywhere color, color, color. And the IDs, of course, don't forget them, and then you can use it. So, enjoy. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. And, well, good luck.